These Karens came for sympathy, but what they got was a verbal smackdown they'll never forget.
It's like one thing after the other. Everything we asked you to do, you did the exact opposite.
Kicking things off with a 19-year-old who was told by Judge Fleischer to find some work, but when she returned to the court, things didn't exactly go as planned. What happened next was anything but ordinary.
What are you doing with your life, man?
What am I doing with my life? Right now, I'm currently getting stable at the house. I just recently moved house with my grandparents, but we switched locations from over there, Galleria, to over here, Aldine, Westfield.
Still living with your grandparents?
Yes, I'm the only one that lives with them. I'm the one that tries to help them out.
How old are they?
They are 65 and up.
They don't need help. Are they ill?
My grandma is.
Okay. What do you do? Are you working? You going to school?
I'm not working no more right now. I just recently left my job 2 weeks ago.
Why? I told you to get a job, not lose a job.
I already had a job when I had first seen you, but I left it because it's a 40-minute drive away. I don't have transportation right now.
So what have you been doing between now and then in the last 2 weeks?
Well, I've been looking for a different job nearby, and I got an interview coming up on the 8th for Academy.
Sending you for a drug and alcohol test now. What are you going to test positive for?
For THC.
Not going to go well for you, Ms. Castillo.
I should be there from the first time that we got arrested.
So you haven't smoked since the last time you've been arrested? Because I think she's saying it may be something still in her system from when she was here. I don't see the date.
I mean, from August?
That's what, 60 days?
Really? Really?
Yes, sir.
Sending you for a drug and alcohol test right now, Ms. Capetillo. What I seem to think is happening is that you're not doing anything but smoking weed and doing nothing.
That's not right.
And that's not gonna happen. Really? We'll see. I'm sending you for a drug test now. You must come right back and we'll see what happens. What happened? For what?
THC, no alcohol, because we don't know the levels, but.
How old is she? How old are you?
I'm 19.
That's it. You stay with me. I'm revoking your bond, man.
Make an exception to tell somebody to bring my grandma, because she doesn't know how to drive, and I drove her up here.
Where's your grandmother?
She's up in Louis Deli. It's like a restaurant from here. I just left her parked there. She doesn't know how to drive.
You just left your grandma in the car?
Yeah, because I needed to get up here. She was my only way to get here.
Is she in a?
Does she have a license to drive? Do you even have a license to drive?
I don't, sir.
So your grandmother drove
It's
you?
like
or
one
you drove
thing
her?
after the
I
other.
drove my grandma here.
Why'd you
I
bring
don't
her
have
here?
any transportation, sir. I had to
You can't drive if you ain't got a license and insurance.
I was trying to provoke this. I was not trying to get arrested, sir.
She drove there illegally without a license, tested positive for THC, and if that's not shocking enough, she even left her grandmother alone in a parked car like it was no big deal.
Everything we asked you to do, you did the exact opposite.
Sir, I was working on it. I just need you to help me with this. I'm just asking you for like 1 more week, and I'll get it together. I haven't been smoking. I'm sorry. That's been there for a minute. I haven't smoked because I know I have.
Yeah, I believe it.
The tests are gonna eventually show something else, and you're not gonna believe me.
I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Slatter, but I mean, it's like, it's literally, it's one thing after the other.
Hear me out, sir. Judge, can I speak to you?
You know what? I don't want to talk about the case, and you're really in enough hot water as it is. Because the problem is your grandmother probably doesn't have that many resources as is. So who do you have now that's going to pony up $10,000 to get you out? You stuck like Chuck now for the next couple months in custody. All I asked you to do was be clean and do something productive. She goes with you. Oh, hey, Mr. Slider, what was her last name?
Capetillo.
Capetillo, that's right.
36.
Not only that, she bond forfeited how many times? Because the problem is that like, I can't let her drive home. She don't even get a license and insurance. So even if I let her out, I can't let her drive. Will you do me a favor? Will you ask her if grandmother has the ability to drive?
Or is there someone else that can come here and drive her? I'll find out.
Please, I wanted to let you know that I'm bringing you out here because I feel really bad. But you've done nothing to help yourself. But smoke weed, you're driving without a license, and you continue to violate conditions of this court. You didn't show up like a week or two ago, you know? So it's one thing after the other. We are trying to do everything in our power to get through to you, to try to better yourself and to get to, we truly want the best for you. But at this point in time, you're your own worst enemy. You're doing nothing for us to also help you out. If I let you go now, that's enabling you, telling you it's okay for you to continue to conduct and act like you're doing.
Judge Fleischer made it clear he'd had enough of her reckless choices, delivering a stern warning that left the courtroom silent.
Ms. Capetillo, it is not. Me, if I let you out now, it's enabling you, and I refuse to do that. I want you to understand that we mean business. And this is what happens when you don't follow conditions. We mean business. No catch and release here. Good. We'll see you in a couple days, and I really truly hope that you now will appreciate this. Okay, I'm not letting you out. What I want you to understand is that if I let you out, you will get the understanding that it's okay for you to continue to do what you're doing, and it's not. One more thing. I'm not going to let you plead guilty just to get out. You pleading guilty to a theft case will be the absolute worst thing you can do because you will become unemployable. No one will hire you. You will be unable to get an apartment, a loan for anything, to get a car, a house, apartment. You want funding for financial aid for schooling for this, not with a theft conviction.
Understand that.
But I want you to understand that we mean business. And I hope that this is the length that we have to go to. All right? Okay, thank you. Whoa, hold on. I need to decide this. One more thing. The most important thing in this life, do not drive without a license and liability insurance. You will be signing an affidavit with me right now. This is a promise you're making to me not to drive. And if you do, I can have a contempt hearing and you can be facing up to 180 days in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. If you get into a car and you get into an accident and you don't have insurance, you've completely messed with everyone. And I know you don't have money. But if you get into an accident with someone who's got like a BMW Jaguar, or even whatever it may be, they're out a ton of money and it's not fair. All I'm trying to do is what's fair.
Talk about a no-nonsense judge. Fleischer wasn't here to play nice. He made sure she owned every bit of that reckless behavior.
And if your children were dependent upon you to live, they would not have survived.
Next up, meet a Karen who decided bond conditions were just suggestions. Not only did she rack up fresh charges, but her attitude? Zero remorse, and the judge?
Wait a minute!
Let's just say she was in for a wild surprise.
Are you the same Mayor Lissa Janelle Bell who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 8626A for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on December 1st, 2022 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 4, in Garrett County, Texas, the defendant, Marlissa Janelle Bell, the then and there failed to report the supervision officer as directed for the month of June 2024 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
On the supplemental motion, violation of condition number
Just
6.
1 second. Court does not have a supplemental motion. Who has the supplemental motion? Did you review the supplemental motion with your attorney? Did you understand that motion?
It's legit. What we're talking.
Yes. Yes.
That's what we discussed. We won't present.
All right, did you review the supplemental motion?
Yes, Judge, we did review.
All right, you may proceed, state.
Violation of condition number 16, On or about the 19th day of July, 2024, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant, Marlisa Janelle Bell, did then and there contact or attempt to contact Jacob Ziegler in person in violation of condition number 16.
How do you plead to that, true or not true?
Get away with the other allegations.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violations 4 and 6, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 4 years in the prison?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation 4 and 16? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that if,
Well, I'm sorry, Judge.
yes,
Just for the courts, if the court hasn't noticed, she is 7 months pregnant, so that's kind of what she's, well, she's here,
I'm here.
but just tired, I guess.
oh, well, I noticed, I noticed she's in yellow.
To make things worse, the defendant attorney stepped up with what might be the wildest excuse you'll hear in a courtroom. But the judge, she wasn't having a single second of it, and she shut it down in record time.
So you do understand if you have some sort of proposed agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow that agreement. Do you understand?
Me?
Yes. Do you understand I can revoke you and send you to prison for 4 years?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
Do you understand that the fact that you're currently pregnant plays no role in that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
It's requesting revocation.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to give, she has, we're asking the court to continue her on her probation. She does have some new cases that she was charged with in Comal County. However, she is on PR bond for those because they were not indicted in the proper amount of time. And also, without getting into the facts of those, but she was in the car with someone else. And it's my understanding in my conversations with her that they're making verification of that and that they may or may not be proceeding with that, Judge. But I do not want to represent to the court that I anticipate them being dismissed because I simply cannot say that at this time. Would that be accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But but we are asking the court to take, given that she did so well on the first year of this probation, if the court looks at her MTR, she didn't have any failed tests. She did successfully complete her her intensive outpatient treatment. She has that certificate. We verified that with probation. She did plead true to not reporting in June, which is true. She did not report in June. But again, she kind of fell off the wagon and also made contact with the gentleman that she was ordered not to make contact with. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that kind of fell, but that also seems to have resulted in a pregnancy. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we're leaving ourselves to the mercy of the court, but she is a motivated probationer. She did fall off the wagon. Where she's been since May is in the Comal County Jail. There was a warrant put out by this court. They brought her over here. And so we're asking the court to give consideration to continuing her on her probation. In the absence of that, we would ask the court to consider adjudicating her and continuing on her probation.
She came in thinking a little sympathy might save the day, but Judge Boyd had other plans, and they didn't include mercy.
The court ordered that you have no contact with Jacob Ziegler. Why are you having contact with him?
He reached out to me.
I'm sorry, what?
He reached out to me, and I shouldn't have put everything, and I'm sorry.
No. There's no need to apologize. So he reached out to you, and you knew you were looking at 4 years prison time, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you did a weighing of you did a balancing test and you said, I can't have contact with Jacob Ziegler. And if I do, I'm looking at 4 years in prison, but he's worth it. And then according to the court summary, your brother-in-law is taking care, I guess your brother-in-law and his wife are taking care of 2 of your children. Is that correct?
My brother-in-law, no, it's my aunt.
Oh, okay. So your aunt is taking care of 2 of your children.
3, actually.
3?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have 3 children. You're not taking care of them.
No, but I have had them. I had them the whole time I was on probation.
But because it says here, on July 17th, the field team conducted a field visit and spoke to Miss Bell's brother-in-law, who stated they had not seen or heard from Miss Bell in over 2 months and had been trying to locate her with no success. Mrs. Bell's brother-in-law also stated that they had been caring for Mrs. Bell's 2 children since she left the home.
Hey, I'm confused on who my brother-in-law is.
Okay.
The name is there.
No, the name is not there. But suffice it to say, they've been looking for you for 2 months. So for 2 months, if your children were dependent on you to provide them with food so they can live, they would have just starved to death.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. When I fell off, I called my aunt and I let her know. They've been taken care of.
You call your aunt and let her know, I'm going to go be with this Jacob person because he reached out to me.
No, I let her know that I messed up and that I did drugs and I was scared and that I didn't want to be around my children that way.
All right, so basically what that means is financially, you were not supporting your children. And if your children were dependent upon you to live, they would not have survived because you're not providing them support. You're just making all of these bad decisions and somebody else is paying for your bad decisions. They're supporting your children. Now you went off with this Jacob person that there was supposed to be no contact with. And the only thing that you've come back with is pregnant with his child. And for the court to say that you to have no contact with him, obviously he was not a good person to be in your life.
After that intense grilling, one thing was clear. Judge Boyd wasn't buying any excuses, and whatever sympathy she hoped for, gone in an instant.
So the court is finding violations 4 and 6 true. The court is going to grant the motion, revoke you, and the court is going to sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's to be no contact with Jacob Ziegler, and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
And did you sign it?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the appeal form.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. I'll recommend the therapeutic community for her. I have no jurisdiction to place you in the therapeutic community, but if you ask for it, they will place you in it. Oh, just ask at the prison and let them know. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. Everybody wants little babies when they're born because they're so cute. So you had better reach out to your family because Child Protective Services is going to come knocking at the prison. So unless you have someone.
My aunt's taking care of my kids.
All right, so you need to let your aunt know and counsel if you can get in contact with her aunt because time when that baby is delivered, she needs to have somebody there that's been pre-approved by Child Protective Services to take the child.
Well, her bond was revoked, and she got exactly what she deserved for being bold enough to break every rule in the book.
You have violated those conditions. Unacceptable. I'm revoking your bond. She goes with you.
Buckle up, because this courtroom is about to explode. We have a murder suspect who turned the hearing into pure chaos. And the judge, he finally loses it, and what happens next will leave you speechless.
On April 27th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance/unknown weapon call. The complaining witness stated she is part of the nursing staff and that the defendant has been asked to leave on multiple occasions and refuses to do so. The complaining witness stated that the defendant was attempting to get her grandfather to sign over power of attorney to her, but the staff would not allow this due to the grandfather being diagnosed with dementia. The complaining witness stated that the defendant used force on the complaining witness to get her to leave the grandfather's room. The complaining witness states that the defendant put her hands on the complaining witness's face and pushed it back. The defendant was positively identified by the complaining witness and her Texas ID number.
You say that there was any pain? She pushed in the face. This is an assault, right? There has to be some kind of injury or pain.
She did state that she felt pain in the dim summary.
Okay. Ms. Taylor, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Now, you're saying there's a bond violation in this case?
Yes, Judge, it's in the
Michael, have you seen this? And how did you already get appointed to this case?
Your Honor, I was appointed sometime very recently on this case. I received a text. I don't know what day it was, but I received
It looks like it was the 29th, which was Tuesday. But how was he appointed a lawyer? No. How is she, I mean, I don't understand. Well, regardless, I guess I'm glad that you're appointed because right now she's got bond violations. She was ordered by the magistrate.
I wasn't aware of that, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't aware of a BVR in this case. I actually have another BVR today before the court.
I know that. Yeah, we got you. We'll deal with that one next, but you're on bond for murder. You were ordered by the magistrate to have a GPS monitor. You have violated those conditions. Unacceptable. I'm revoking your bond. She goes with you. No.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yeah.
Your Honor, she just was released because I met her in the holdover earlier this week, and she could not have been out of jail more than a day, 2 at the most. Would the court allow her to leave right now to get the device?
No. Did she not get the device?
There was a conflict, that's why the DVR was submitted, felony. So the magistrate ordered bond conditions, but the curfew times were not aligning with the felony conditions.
So what? I mean, you still have to abide by the conditions. I mean, what did they say the conditions were?
I have the paperwork right there.
I'm not asking you to say anything, Ms. Taylor. The only thing I want is I want my city protected. You're on bond for this serious case, and now you picked up an assault. I mean, you were ordered to have certain conditions. You must abide by these conditions.
The tension in this room is about to hit its peak. What the judge says next will change everything.
She received conditions of bond on April 28, 2025 that ordered a GPS device with a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. On May 1st, she had an unapproved enter at 7:52 p.m. and then left again at 8:51 until basically 9 o'clock at night. I mean, she still has to follow conditions, right? There may be conflicting, but you abide by the conditions, and then you come to court and you ask to, do something or maybe make them align, but you just don't do whatever you want to do and think, okay, nothing's going to happen. You're on bond for 2 serious cases.
Your Honor, if I may again.
Sure.
This is a brand new case. Could the court admonish her? Because the amount of time, I understand that.
Michael, she's on bond for murder. She's lucky to even have a bond, and now she picks up an assault. She's ordered to have a curfew, and she's just doing whatever the hell she wants to do.
In this case, Judge, that's before your court. This is a brand new case, and this is her first time having any issues while on your bond, Judge. Would the court be willing to admonish her not to leave her home even for short periods of time?
I don't know, Michael. I'm going to stew on it for a while.
And that's how it ended, with a stern reminder from the judge that this is a murder trial, not a playground.
That you completely disrespect, you don't care what we say, what we think. Your father should be ashamed of himself. And when you go home, I want you to tell him that he should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself.
Whitney Dela Cruz, a first-time offender, pulled the ultimate disappearing act when she skipped her SWI hearing. And the reason why? It's so jaw-dropping that it left Judge Fleischer completely stunned.
I have a client who's a new DWI arrest. She was a .084. 23 years old, no priors at all. Her cause number is 2512993. Whitney Dela Cruz. The only difference is she is actually out of the state right now on a vacation that she took with her parents to celebrate their 24th wedding anniversary.
So she would actually defy a court order and go on vacation, even knowing that she's got to come to court? Not cool, man.
Well, I think it was a family event that they had all planned and had prepaid for. And she'll be back in town on Monday.
That's really arrogant. I can't. Would you do that?
Well, obviously I wouldn't do that, Judge, but
I wouldn't do that either. I mean, when is she coming back?
She'll be back on Monday, and she'll be back in Houston on Monday, and I can have her in court first thing on Tuesday, Judge.
I mean, I will grant you the courtesy of Monday, but I mean, it's not cool that you would defy a court order and still go on vacation knowing that you have to come to court. That's a kick in the ding ding, man. You know?
Well, I understand. I think it was a situation where her parents had prepaid for the entire thing for the whole family, and didn't want to have the expense of trying to send her back alone early.
Where is she?
She's in Maui, Judge.
Life is good for some, I guess, right? I mean, I'll set it for bond forfeiture for Monday, you know, see what you can do.
Okay.
I mean, I can't believe that someone would really do that and still go to Maui. I don't. When on Monday does she get back, Mr. Mays?
Oh, I will have to ask her that, Judge.
Yeah, tell her that I'm not happy with her. Like, I'm not happy at all. It's just not cool. So,
I understand.
So just get a hold of me and let me know.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
When Whitney finally walked into the courtroom, she might have expected mercy, but Judge Fleischer had an entirely different script in mind and wasn't handing out any VIP treatment.
Sure, I'm appearing for Nathan Mace. It was, I guess she had a warrant. She had a family trip that was booked for 6 months. It was her parents' anniversary. I don't know. I'm just filling in, but I'm just trying to see if we can.
Yeah, she chose to go on the trip instead of coming to court. Basically, what happened. I mean, I get that you know.
She's president of the gallery, Judge. She's never been in trouble before. I understand. The court.
Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
Can you bring her up? Yeah. What is it?
The trip had been booked for 6 months.
I get it, but that doesn't justify it. You know, a court date is a court date, and you willfully chose to just defy and say, you know, thumb yourself at the court system, and that's not cool. You know, that shows us that you completely disrespect. You don't care what we say, what we think. That's not how we do things in criminal court. You know. Pavel, what's the cause number? You know, it's especially in light that this is a driving while intoxicated case. You know, this is about, it may not be a big deal to, you know, high-priced lawyers, but to us, we treat this as a big deal. You know, Harris County leads the nation in DWI fatalities. We have DWI after DWI, death after death. It's truly an astounding and a disgusting statistic. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On June 1st, 2024, officers were notified by the police department requesting.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? I guess look to see what other kind of contacts she has with the law. Does she have any priors, any prior DWIs?
Judge, she's never been in trouble before. I've got a chief approved PGI offered today. I understand the court's concern. She was not willful, and I know how it seems to.
But
I know what you're saying, Judge. I'm just telling you, she's scared for her life. She's never been in court before. She showed up today. She's not on docket today. She's trying to make it right.
If it were me, if I know I pick up a DWI and I have a court case the following week, I'm going to go. I don't care if I have a trip. You know, to me, and I guess other people come from a different cut, but you know, the court system takes precedence over everything else.
Missing a court date by accident is one thing, but what Whitney did was a whole different level of irresponsibility, and Judge Fleischer made it crystal clear he wasn't buying any excuses.
I agree, Judge. I'm asking for leniency in this case. She's not a career criminal in any way.
In life, Mr. LaCruz.
I work at my dad's company. I do paperwork, invoicing.
It's a non-destructive testing from oil fields, Judge. She's admin there at the.
How old are you?
22.
Did you graduate high school? How far did you make it?
I graduated high school and I just been working for my dad for a couple years because he had a stroke and he needed help with the company, so I came in and stepped in.
For future reference, this is not the way we do things. You know, and if you ever do this to me again, or us, I'm going to hold you in contempt. You know, that's how seriously we take it. And it's really just, it's a slap in the face of the entire criminal justice system to tell us that you'd rather go on a trip than to come to court when you're supposed to come to court. Then your father should be ashamed of himself. And when you go home, I want you to tell him that he should be ashamed of he should be ashamed of himself, and that it's not the way we do things. I will reluctantly keep your PR bond in place, or I'll reinstate your bond. I'm going to tell you now, this is the only get out of jail free card that you're going to get from me. You will never get one again. If you ever miss court when you're supposed to be here, you pick up a new case. If you consume alcohol or drugs, I'm going to put you in jail. You will never get another PR bond. You understand, man? So I am going to find probable cause. I am ordering you, as a condition of your bond, not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or dope, you will go to jail. If they come back to me and tell me that you've gone MIA, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So you must stay in contact with them, and they will tell you when you have to come back to court. For now, I'll have you go to Victoria.
Whitney got a reality check along with a list of bond conditions, including 0 tolerance for alcohol, 0 tolerance for drugs with mandatory random testing. And that's exactly what happens when you bring a non-serious attitude into a courtroom. These judges don't play around. What did you think of the takedowns? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss more unbelievable courtroom moments just like this.